Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome back to more Crypto Minutes. This time we're going to review LaunchShield. As always, nothing here is financial advice, and please share some love to that like and subscribe button, but let's dive into it. So what is LaunchShield? LaunchShield was developed with the purpose of protecting projects from snipers, bots, and multi-wallets. If you've been trading in the DeFi space, then you know that the aforementioned has been plaguing good projects and causing investors a lot of grief. LaunchShield is working to change that by providing safe launches for projects and protecting you as the investor from getting wrecked by snipers and bots. First, let's take a look at why this benefits you, the investor. Because, that's the most important, right? Before I go on to explain the advantages to the devs, have you as an investor ever had a failed transaction because of a big price movement in the market cap? Have you ever been front run by a bot that makes a buy order ahead of your target transaction at a greater fee to get the priority? If you've been trading DeFi, then of course you have. LaunchShield wants to eliminate that, offering more stability for transactions that are less likely to fail. For example, you can manage max transactions with a checkbox, where if the market cap price jumps up too high before the transaction confirms, users will get as many tokens as possible for the amount they've inputted. All of this is done through their dApp, and the instructions are pretty simple to follow, but let's go ahead and take a glance at them. So like with any dApp, you'll connect your wallet first. From there, you'll see the swap, where you'll be able to enter the exact amount of BNB or ETH you wish to spend. Once you've done this, you click the swap, and after LaunchShield confirms that you have sufficient gas to complete the transaction, you'll be able to check your transaction on the Chain Explorer to see your balance. So as long as it doesn't exceed max TX, you'll receive as many tokens as possible, no matter the price movement. To swap for exact tokens, you'll enter the exact amount of tokens you wish to receive in the to area and adjust slippage and click swap. LaunchShield will then confirm your transaction, and you can again check the Chain Explorer to see your balance. If the price movement doesn't exceed the slippage, your TX will be confirmed. Now, let's say you want to do a max TX, a max transaction. Enter the native token you want to use to purchase a max TX. The transaction will fail if the price movement is greater than the amount you entered for the max TX. But here's where it gets pretty savvy and what I think is a pretty cool feature. Let's say you want a max TX no matter what, and you don't want the transaction to fail regardless of how many tokens you're going to receive. You'll see a tick box as shown here that says, if you were to check it, if max TX fails, buy as many tokens as possible. This makes sure that you will receive as many tokens as possible for the inputted amount you entered, even if the price movement is greater than your entered amount for the max TX. If this is the route you're going to take, go ahead and click approve, then click buy max transaction. Again, if you have enough gas to complete the trade, which LaunchShield will confirm, you'll see that you've been approved and can check your balance in the Chain Explorer. So now let's take a look at the benefits for developers that use LaunchShield services. For one, they won't have to worry about adding anti-bot and anti-snipe features, which will allow them to have cleaner audits and score higher on the audit rating. You'll also add some integrity to the project, whereas your investors that buy through the dApp will have less failed transactions and, happy investor, happy life. If you are a dev, the startup procedure is simple enough. First, you'll fill out the Google form from their website and wait for Launchpad to get in touch with you to begin the vetting process. The vetting process itself is comprised of questions about the dev's previous projects, goals and integrity, and how their strategy is to how they will market and push the project. After some pre-launch checkups, and once they've dotted their I's and crossed their T's, LaunchShield will then provide a unique link to buy the token, which during the launch period, usually between 5 to 15 minutes, can only be purchased using their dApp, ensuring a safe launch. Here's a sneak peek for a new way developers can enter their contract details and use LaunchShield services. This feature has not yet been released to the public, but I've been told that it should be releasing in the next week. Now, what does this all cost? Let's go ahead and take a look at the pricing structure if you want to use LaunchShield services. So first of all, LaunchShield is free for investors to use. However, devs will have to pay for the service. Now, devs can either make a one-time $500 BUSD transaction with no platform fee, or a combo payment of $250 plus 1% tax applied on all transactions as a platform fee in the chain's native token, or they can go with a flat 2% tax applied on all transactions as a platform fee in the chain's native token. It should be noted that LaunchShield collects transaction tax and native coin instead of project tokens so that the swap and liquefy function needs to be called less frequently. This protects the momentum of the project since the swap and liquefy function is a necessary part of any protocol, but it does involve selling a large numbers of tokens on the market at one time, which can kill some momentum. Some other features that are rolling out soon will include their bounty program. If you are able to find a vulnerability that could compromise LaunchShield's launch, you can be rewarded. As far as the reward details go, however, I cannot say at this time, but be on the lookout for more updates in the future. This could be a nice way to get the community involved, as you know, there are plenty of experts out there that want to lend their hand at making this a safer space. There will also be a referral program, which, as you guessed, it will reward you for referring a dev or project owner to LaunchShield. More details on that further down the road. All in all, I'm all for a safer DeFi space and a safer space in crypto in general. Too often we hear about good projects being destroyed due to people botting launches and sniping contracts. You guys know who you are, and it's getting really old. This team in particular has been working very hard to bring back investor trust, and hopefully teams like them will help bring back some of those investors that turned away from crypto this year after having some terrible experiences. That's it for now, everyone. Thanks again for watching. Please do check out our Telegram and Twitter page if you haven't already done so, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. I'm Dumbledore from Achilles Safe Haven, and I will see you all next time.